CSM, the whole fucking cock.
God
Johnson.
damn it! No.
What the? Now it's time to talk about TNA Impact from October 15th, 2005.
Cross the line.
16 years ago.
God
TNA,
damn.
the new face of professional wrestling.
How old was I in that? I was like 13, maybe?
Yeah, we can just stop talking about how old
James
we are.
was 12.
Can we just never mention it?
How old were you, Tony?
Tony was in the pit, the TNA pit.
Oh, he was doing the Bentley bounce?
Bentley bouncing with the boys.
Oh, my God.
I'm not saying you're wrong, but I'm not going to say you're right either.
I'm trying to do a Bentley bounce, too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about, too, brother.
True.
This is TNA.
Yes.
Wow, what an
face of
intro.
Professional wrestling. It's an all-timer intro.
The intro rules. They start the show with a recap of America's Most Wanted and Jarrett killing the Dudleys, Team 3D, getting moited.
Dude,
in cold blood.
Devon was bleeding. Oh my
Yeah.
God, what
He was
a mess.
juicing everywhere.
They killed these dudes.
They were gushing. No black and white either, right? It was all color.
I think it was. Yeah, I think it was color.
It was like a sepia.
Yeah, it was like a little luminosity. Like a little weird.
Dude, Devon, real underrated bleeder. Dude goes out there and just. Good Lord.
You goes coast to coast.
You don't think about it too much, but then you see his forehead and you're like, ah, yeah, you did be doing that.
His face was completely covered.
Yeah, that was awesome. Gail Kim had joined AMW recently. She had joined Planet Jarrett, AMW and Jarrett.
Was that when she joined on that recap? Was that like the night that she joined?
It might have been.
Yeah, I think that was the moment that she
and
had
that's
joined.
when Planet Jarrett had formed, right? At this thing when they destroyed. What a way to put over Planet Jarrett and AMW by destroying the Dudleys and leaving a pool of their own blood.
What a cool name for a group. Planet Jarrett.
Beat the fuck out of Team 3D. I love that. Wow, what a moment.
And then the classic intro that I hate that I forgot who did it. Somebody did like a, they put our review over the TNA
I know what you're talking about.
Oh, yeah.
And they edited in the Rikishi.
They did,
the Rikishi ass bomb into the intro.
My favorite part about that is that we talked about Rikishi forever, and he wasn't a part of that TNA episode at all.
No, he was not. He's also not a part of this one.
We eventually got to watch one where he makes his debut in TNA.
I think so too.
That the
debut of Rikishi in TNA.
That intro is like, it has all the classic moments, like AJ doing the forearm and Jarrett hitting somebody with a guitar and Christopher Daniels turning around twice.
Staring very seductively at the camera.
Why they couldn't find anything else for Daniels? He just looks back twice.
Yeah. Remember we talked about it already? When we did a classic TNA one. That's what Daniels did.
That was Daniels being Daniels guy.
Daniels being Daniels. That's what Daniels does.
And then pew 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 pew. So much pyro.
Yeah.
For this one.
Well, I don't know,
guys.
I put it next to Bound for Glory that we just watched recently.
Oh, dude,
that had a lot of pyro.
The Bound for Glory pyro was taking liberties, but this, for how small this building is, it probably too much pyro.
Dude, it gassed that building out. I know for a fact that everyone there couldn't breathe for 10 minutes. Do you remember that time the Impact Zone caught on fire?
The roof is on fire.
Hell yeah!
And they evacuated the show. Was it during the pre-show?
bit.
Was that like the pre-show, or was that the beginning of the pay-per-view?
I can't remember. Didn't they have a battle royal during it or something?
I think it was like the first match.
Happened,
yeah. Jeez, what a moment.
Somebody had like a T-shirt or something that caught on fire. Wasn't that what happened?
I think someone tried to throw a shirt up at the fire to try to put it out. And then I remember I'm pretty sure Don West and Mike Tenay are standing like in the parking lot on the mics.
Yeah, they had to evacuate.
I think they made a bunch of jokes about it's heating up in here in the Impact Zone.
They start off the show. Mike Tenay said, "Are you ready for TNA, your new wrestling alternative?"
This was the second. Was this the first or second Spike TV show? I can't remember.
Is this a Spike TV episode?
This is the TNA, the new wrestling alternative, the 60-minute adrenaline rush. It's slamming Saturday night on Impact. This was Saturday nights.
Yeah, he's right.
So they said all that at one time.
That was one full sentence.
He really put it through.
Literally was. But yes, this was either the second or I think it might have been the second. I looked it up, but I didn't write it down. But I think it was the second Spike TV episode.
That would make sense.
So we kick off this 60-minute adrenaline rush with Monty Brown.
Yes, and his Disturbed theme.
He's awesome, dude. He looks good here.
Monty comes out on the stage, and the camera guy is too close. So Monty hits his pyro, and this pyro annihilates this camera.
It's so cool, though. The pyro shoots straight at the camera. That's a pretty cool effect. Yeah, right at the camera. He just gets eaten alive
Kills
by
him
it.
with it.
Dude, the pyro reacts to Monty being a weirdo at the top of the ramp. It's incredible.
He is quite the weirdo, but it
just-
works. Yeah, he's just flexing. The pyro goes off.
Pyro's going off as he's like sniffing the air. I'm like, oh yeah, this is cool.
And already in the ring are Mikey Batts and Jarrell Clark. So while Monty's doing his entrance, it shows them in the ring, and there's also a big sign in the crowd. Now, the sign is meant to be for Monty Brown and say pounce, but they put too many O's in it. So it cuts off.
Oh no.
And it just looks like it says poo.
I did see that.
Wow.
Shout out to Mr. 630,
I
Gerald
got
Clark,
the
though.
poo
Shout out
on
to
me.
my dude.
Yeah, this
Drug
is Tony's
Mr.
guy.
630.
This is
That's
Tony's
true.
guy right here,
Mr.
dude.
630, dude. Come on. You tell me
Didn't you
don't
work for
remember.
him in DPW?
Did you work for him? Gerald Clark ran. Yeah, that's what it was.
No, Gerald. No, Mikey Batts. He was the
Mikey
guy.
Batts. Oh, I thought Gerald Clark. Okay, no, okay,
I
I got
did
the
too.
names
No,
mixed up.
Mikey Batts is a former cruiserweight DPW champion.
We have
okay?
said this is the
Wow.
most anyone has said Mikey Batts and Gerald Clark for the past 10 years. This is incredible.
No,
What a
Gerald
moment.
Clark went. Dude, it's
Come on,
630.
man, Mr. 630.
That's
Those
Tony's
early-
guy.
The early days of TNA, all you had to do was a cool move and you'd be over. Like Canadian Destroyer, the 630.
Like
I'm telling
Jason
you.
Cross and the Crossfire.
Yes, hell
Dude,
yeah.
because
That's
back
my
in the day,
dude
people
also.
knew how to work. Nowadays, no one knows how to fucking work anymore. Playing video
These
games.
guys play video games.
Playing video games.
That's awesome.
And they're all stealing finishes. What's a finish?
That's my finisher. So we got Monty Brown versus Mikey Batts and Gerald Clark. 2-on-1 assault. It's a 60-minute adrenaline rush. What do you think happened? Dude,
Dude, this was fucking
Kills
crazy.
him.
So Mikey Batts dives right at Monty
House
Brown,
show
right
dive.
at the start
Yes.
of the before the match even begins, and then Monty
Monty's
just
not even in the
catches
ring
him.
yet. Yeah.
He catches him. He's like, "Fuck your life," and just throws him out of the way or something.
He
I don't
used
remember the
Mikey Batts as a weapon to hit Gerald Clark with.
Oh, that's right. Yes. Oh,
And then Monty Brown takes off his jacket and hits the cameraman with it. Would you leave this fucking guy alone?
is it the same dude? He's like ran
It's
to
the
the
same
ring.
camera guy.
He's got heat, brother.
Monty kills Gerald Clark with a pounce.
like early on too, like right away, isn't it?
Yeah, and then
Oh,
Mikey
yeah.
Batts
Yeah.
goes for another dive, gets caught again, and hit with the Alpha Bomb, which is fucking cool as hell.
It's just the cane bomb.
yeah,
Dude,
pretty much.
His whole moveset is fucking incredible. He's just like the pounce, the alpha bomb, big shoulder tackles.
I
just-
know we talk about it every time, but it really is absurd that even, I mean, he wasn't there super long, but how do you not do everything in your power to make this guy your guy?
We
Yeah.
already know the answer. We mention it all the time. Jarrett surrounded himself by all the guys that were going
Yeah.
to be future champions, so they would never take the title from him. And then that's how.
Hold on a second. Are you slandering Jeff Jarrett on this podcast?
What the fuck's
No,
going
I
on?
love Jarrett.
What the
He's
hell
the
is
smartest guy in the business,
hell's this?
man.
All right,
He's the smartest
making
guy in the business. You know,
Yeah,
you
you
There's
gotta
no Jeff
right.
Jarrett slander around here.
You got to
Damn
protect
right.
yourself, you know? I'm just saying that's why they were never champions, because
That's
Jarrett
fair
was
enough.
like, oh, you
He's-
could join Planet Jarrett instead.
Yeah, you can
That's
put a
better.
sting
It's
mask
better
on.
for your career.
Stick with me,
Promise.
kid.
everyone that joined Jared's group just went to WWE.
That's fucking true.
What the
That's
hell?
fucking true. He was an insider all along. He was a
Yeah,
mole.
feeding it in. Yeah.
You son of a bitch.
But I also think if Monty Brown's career wouldn't have been cut short, he might have been able to capture a world title. But
I don't know. What
I mean,
did
he
he
goes
do in
to
WWE?
ECW.
Yeah. What did he do
Yeah.
there?
He was in the New Breed Unleashed.
Okay. Well, I don't really know much about his WWE career other than he was in the one video game.
He was in the worst one.
Yeah.
but didn't he leave TNA to take like a family break or whatever, personal
No, I think
stuff?
he left for WWE, I feel like.
Oh,
right?
did he? Okay.
I think so. And then after that was when he took the fucking break. But yeah, he was
After
in like
WWE. Oh, okay.
he was in the New Breed with Matt Stryker, and then his career died.
Way-
Damn you, Matt Stryker. So it's probably Matt Stryker's fault.
You
His career
bitch.
never went anywhere.
Damn. So Monty grabs the microphone after this match. He ends up, of course, beats the fucking shit out of these two dudes.
Of course.
And he cuts a promo and says, "Welcome to the Serengeti."
That's awesome.
And he says, "Nobody will stop me on my quest to the NWA World Title." Yeah, then some
Hold
fucking
on a
music.
second.
Some random music starts playing. And then Lance Hoyt comes out.
Yes, with a Hoyt beanie.
Dude, he is dressed like the year 2005. Like
And
his,
then Lance Hoyt comes down, and he's making his entrance, and he uppercuts the camera. Please, for the love of fucking God, stop abusing
Say this
the
again.
cameraman.
Can we talk about Lance Hoyt's theme though? real quick?
Dude, what is it?
So Lance Hoyt's theme is Touched by Vast, but like a remix of that song, which AJ Styles used.
Oh, yeah,
which that song was turned into Demigods, which was a slowdown version of that song.
What?
Mind fucking blown here. So Lance Hoyt used AJ Styles' theme song. So there you go.
Huh.
Wow. My brain's kind of exploded.
Because when I heard that song, I'm like, I know that song. What is that song? And then I put it all together. It's Demigods. In a weird way.
Wow.
So
Lance Hoyt is the demigod.
Yeah, that's a good tidbit of information there, Tony. Look at you.
Yeah.
I know. I got my notes down here.
But Lance Hoyt, Jarrett, though,
also known as...
Yeah, what the fuck is that, dude?
I fucking love Jeff Jarrett. I died for that guy. I died for that guy. I'll join Brandon Jarrett right now. I'll join it right now.
Yeah, you're trying to go to the Fed, huh? Trying to go to the
Fed? Yeah, you trying to leave us?
What's going on, buddy?
I'm sorry, I got a call from Jarrett. I'm going up. Me and Swag D. We're doing something up there.
You ain't even Dad or The Rock.
Yeah, so you better figure that information out. Lance Hoyt comes out, cuts a promo. He goes, I'm a Texan and I'm from Texas. And Monty says, well, what's so good about double Texas anyways? He said, well, I'm going to fucking fight you.
No. Texas. Hoyt says, did you forget about me? Did you get a little dee-dee-dee?
Did you forget about me? Did you get a little dee-dee-dee?
That's what he did. That's because Carlos Mencia was over at this time. So that's why.
That's true.
Yes, DDD. That's what he did. Yeah. So that's. And then Hoyt says, "Come Bound for Glory, you will forever remember the name Hoyt." And then he starts jerking off.
Then the fans went, Hoyt, Hoyt, Hoyt.
He needs more syllables that last name. You'll never forget the last name. Hoyt. He'll always sell black.
Vance Archer.
I'll take that. Vance Archer. Yeah. So after that, we had a Larry Zbyszko segment. Zbyszko has 10 at least.
Music.
Shane Douglas is indeed back there.
I enjoyed Shane Douglas as a backstage interview guy. Yeah, I thought it was good.
So Zbyszko's got like 10, 20 security guards back here because he does not want to fucking get hit by Raven.
One of them is standing behind him, staring at the wall.
Yes, I wrote that down.
Very confused.
Yes, listen, one security guard staring right at the wall, not protecting him at all.
He just the worst. Fucking can't get any good help around here.
He's probably trying to not get hit by Monty Brown or Lance Hoyt. He just doesn't know what to do with this, bro.
Dude, all these security guards got paid in Morphoplex, probably.
You want to get big?
Come on, kid. Little man.
So Zbyszko announces the Naturals versus AMW for the tag titles next week.
Cool.
Raven then runs in and says, Zbyszko, you mentally deficient, negligent piece of crap.
Security didn't do much here. Eventually they got to him, but Raven got a few shots in before they did anything.
So apparently Raven got screwed by Jarrett out of his title shot, and then Kevin Nash got his title shot.
That sounds about right.
At least that's what I think you said.
Yeah. Yes, that's what happened, and then Zbyszko just started like, I hate you, Raven.
What does he say? He just started saying shit. He just said, oh my god, Morphoplex.
Bruno's bushes.
Oh, but speaking of the Kevin Nash thing, Kevin Nash doesn't even make it to Bound for Glory because he gets hurt or something, doesn't he?
No way. You're telling me Kevin Nash got hurt?
Yeah, he got hurt. Air quotations.
It ended up that Rhino. I think it ended up that Rhino ended up making it and getting the main event and winning the title.
He had too many wine coolers. That's what happened.
He got hurt. Raven did get his "What about me? What about Raven?" gimmick in. I thought that was cool.
Yeah. Good job.
So then they do a advertisement for Bound for Glory for Samoa Joe versus Jushin Thunder Liger, which is incredibly dope to see. And it's fucking black outfit Liger. I can't remember the name of the group that he was doing at that point.
With the Barry Scott voiceover as well, which is dope.
Barry Scott voicing over Joe and Liger. That's crazy, man.
And Simon Diamond's theme playing in the background, so that's pretty neat.
Was it Simon Diamond's theme?
Simon Diamond.
Because they played Simon Diamond's theme here, and then Simon Diamond comes out immediately after, and it's the same song.
What the fuck?
He's going to do a run-in during Joe and Liger. Could you imagine that match ends with Simon Diamond run-in?
I may have stopped watching if that happened. I think that would have been it.
What about David Young? What about David Young coming in and giving
David Young? What a guy! What a weird, okay. I don't know.
Hold on, let me
All right.
let me put the matchup first here. So after the advertisement, we have David Young versus Matt Bentley in a singles match. So Simon Diamond is out here with David Young.
Yes.
Matt Bentley's out here with Tracy, bro. You know what I mean? And you know what I'm saying? Yes, sir.
Shout out to
Tracy
Bentley
Brooks.
Bounce, if you know what I mean.
Yes, he
And
is.
Marge Simpson.
Oh,
They're doing the
and
Bentley
Bart
Bounce in the pit.
they're doing the Bart bounce in the pit.
Tanae
also,
loves saying that line. He always
Did
loves saying
you?
that.
Why is there massive Jimmy Hart website advertisements all over this fucking
Jimmy
place?
Hart's energy drink.
It was mouthofthesouth.tv is all over the ramp.
Yeah, I don't really know what's going
I'm
on.
streaming on Twitch, mouthofsouth.tv.
Holy shit, that'd be awesome.
I'm gaming, baby.
Bingo, baby.
90s.
Thanks for the song, ass eater too.
Why people
I'm
happy?
choking on my drink.
That's kind of bonkers.
Pog champ.
Dude, that'd be
Let's
awesome.
get a little weird, champ.
Monk ass.
Oh, he's talking to the megaphone? What did he say? I didn't hear him. I missed him.
He's got the gimmick right in front of my
That's fucking tremendous.
we got David Young versus
He should get
Matt
on that,
Bentley.
bro. What the fuck? He should do that.
Yeah, he should. Miss
yeah,
money
David
opportunity.
Young is
But
the
yes, Bentley
most like
bounce.
David Young is the most like in shape,
He's-
out of shape guy ever.
So explain to me what you want to say about David Young.
He is
Well,
bald
the issue
and
is-
generic
He's
and
bald
The
and
issue
does a
is I
stunner.
don't know how to like I don't understand David Young is really my issue here. Like I know him as a TNA guy. I remember him being there and he did a spine buster.
he was the master of the spine buster, wasn't
But like what he was around for too long is really maybe what I'm getting at
Okay,
here. 'Cause
so
he wasn't that good. He just kind of was there.
I don't know, man. He was pretty solid here, and but then again, this was a very short, to the point spot match.
He
so,
did. He had like a losing streak, right?
I'm sure he never
he? They
fucking
ran the
won.
Barry Horowitz gimmick or
I think.
something.
Yeah,
like
I
that?
think he went like 100 and a million and something.
I just
he-
remember him and Simon
The other
Diamond
way.
were like together forever, right?
Yeah,
They were a pairing forever.
he was just like around for a while and like I don't know. Maybe he knew somebody.
He's somebody I
mean-
remember though. Like you remember the name Simon?
Oh, absolutely remember
David
David Young. I
though.
just-
So
Yeah,
He
I
did have a
mean-
good spine buster.
he hit a sick Saito suplex in this match. I mean,
Yeah.
he looked good.
He also
Um,
took a lung blower to the back of his head. Oh, no,
Oh.
David, he did that to Bentley. He lung
The,
blowered Bentley to the back of his head.
Yeah, Bentley he looked good here. Honestly,
did.
he looked really
Yeah.
good here.
You know whose cousin he is?
Shawn Michaels? Michael Shane? You talking about Michael Shane?
He's actually Shawn Michaels' cousin. Did you know that?
I can't
They
fucking
only-
believe it.
It is Michael Shane. They took every opportunity to say that.
I
He even
can't
does
fucking
the
believe
He
it.
wins with his super kick.
That's when the super kick was still a finish back then.
He
Before
does
everyone
the
was
super
doing
kick and then he falls out on top of him with his arms spread all wide out. And there you
Popping
go.
somas in the middle of it, too.
Thinking about
fucking
Barry
sunny.
Vader.
He still finds time to bury me.
Simon Diamond gets involved in this one, and that leads to Matt Bentley being able to hit the super kick here in this one.
Yes.
Matt Bentley also, I love how he hit the elbow drop. So it's fucking okay, dude. So it's
Oh, no.
his setup to his finish is the elbow drop, and his finish is a super kick. And his,
Is this me making up DPW kids? His name is Michael Shane. He doesn't break your heart. He's a kid man.
He is a man figure.
he's a little bearded man boy.
They did mention, which I totally forgot, he was the first ever Ultimate X match winner.
That's
Michael Bentley
right.
was, which
He's
is
the
kinda
first
crazy.
ever winner of the Royal Rumble
else?
'95.
Who was?
He should've-
He's the first triple winner. Yeah. Was
he
it
should've ran
Sabin
with that
and
gimmick,
Kazarian
right?
in that first one?
I know Kaz
I don't
was in
remember
it.
who was in it. Sabin?
Kaz was
Okay.
definitely in it.
Sabin was in all the beginning ones.
Yeah, I feel like Sabin, Kaz, and maybe him. You would think Styles
Yeah.
would have been, but I guess not.
Styles
No,
was
he
running
wasn't.
the NWA gimmick. He was getting
that's right. He was
real
like
hard.
main a guy. Yeah, he was Vince Russo's boy.
I feel
at
like
that
if I
point, right?
was Bentley or Michael Shane at the time, I would have ran with that for the rest of my career. You know, the master, the first
they
X
could
Division
have.
Ultimate
They
X match winner.
And
Yeah,
that's the issue. He wasn't bad either. Like he was good too. He
Do you
just
know?
kind of
Do you
existed.
know? You know why AJ was Russo's guy at that point?
It's because they read the same books.
Yeah,
Yeah, I thought so. Yeah,
that was
of
it.
course, of
Yeah,
course it was.
that's right.
Born again, baby.
The sacred text.
Thump your Bible. Say your prayer.
Hey, don't you talk about my Jesus. Yeah, so after this match, like I said, Matt Bentley ends up winning with the super kick. Petey Williams does a run in, and
Whoa.
he hits the Canadian Destroyer, and the crowd goes fucking bonkers. Oh my god,
Dude,
they were so
How
ready.
many people owe Peter Williams royalties?
An entire generation of
A whole
wrestlers.
generation is the exact fucking answer. You're
Yeah.
right.
So here's the
Dude.
thing: everybody does this destroyer, but nobody does a destroyer like PD does.
Which is weird, ain't it? Because they're not like they all are kind of the same idea, but for some reason when Petey does it, it feels different. Maybe just because I know he's the OG.
You know what's
No,
crazy?
it definitely
It's
looks
because-
different too.
It's
Yeah.
because it's protected. Whoa!
Whoa!
I can't believe that.
Oh my God.
It's such a far-fetched idea in wrestling
Yeah.
that we protect things. Oh no!
Oh, and then Tracy tries to give Petey the business, and then Petey kisses her.
Jay said, "I'm gonna give you the business."
She doesn't like it, and she slaps him. And then Petey goes for the destroyer, and the fans love it because I don't know why. Just fuck this bitch.
Yeah. Oh, he just want to see the destroyer again.
Well, what they did see is her ass cheeks because he put her in the destroyer and then pulled her dress up and showed her ass cheeks, and then Chris Sabin made the save, and everyone booed.
Chris Sabin waited for the ass cheeks moment. He said, "Yeah,
Yeah, he did.
Go ahead and do that real quick."
Shout out to
Yeah.
Tracy. She
Dude,
was around for a
Tanae-
while. She was cool.
Dude, Tanae was freaking out during this moment. So he pulls the dress up. He goes, "Standards and practices, look out!"
Standards and practices, look out!
That's awesome.
Dude. Everyone in the X Division is out here in bootcut jeans. This is a great moment all around.
That's
Just
TNA 2005 in a
literally
nutshell, really.
everybody.
That was
If they had-
2005 in a nutshell.
If they
actually.
had
Yeah.
shirts on, it'd be brown shirts. They'd be in.
They would be
in
very
a
brown shirts,
Short
yeah.
sleeve brown shirt, black undershirt that's a long sleeve, bootcut jeans,
Frosted
and a
tips.
puka shell necklace.
Are you describing me in high school? Damn.
Everybody in 2005.
Yeah, exactly.
After that, we get an AJ Styles propaganda video.
So the reason they did this was, as I mentioned, this was the first Spike TV TNA thing. So
Yeah,
they-
go on.
so
Oh, I
they
guess
have to-
so they
so they have to
familiarize-
tell you who these guys are if
because
you're
there's
just
a
tuning in on
Naturals
Spike.
propaganda video right after.
So the Naturals also get a propaganda video.
They show AJ Styles running and doing moves, and nobody else can do stuff that he can do.
Oh, yeah, and the
He was pretty
Naturals are. So they do the AJ Styles propaganda. He's like, the future of the business, literally the greatest champion of all. Like, you really can't
Yeah.
touch this.
He's
fucking
like
guy.
the best person
He's
ever.
legitimately
and
the
ever.
ace.
Yeah.
Go
Yeah.
Ace.
And then the Naturals come up and they have Mike Tenay and Don West go, cool.
Aren't they great?
Awesome.
You know what? The Naturals are great because they have passion for the business.
Yeah.
That's
No,
why they're
fucking
great.
say-
'cause-
They just say a bunch of adjectives.
No,
They're
they,
just like,
they
"Oh,
say
cool."
passion. They say passion a lot.
Passionate.
They have passion for the business.
They have a passion for the business. And when you have passion, you have success.
You can tell that
Yes.
they're just naturals
Dedicated.
in that ring. They're naturals
Loyal.
in that ring.
Just wait till they get franchised.
Oh. It's talking about propaganda. What the fuck is Don West doing here?
Bro.
They
He
come
said-
back to the announce table. It's Don West and Mike Tenay talking, and Don West is showing off for somebody. He's got a button down on and 4 buttons loose, baby.
Gold
This shit-
chain, chest hair showing. Bro, I was like, wow, that Spike TV money's hitting crazy.
He is-
This is my guy right
He
here.
is based and
Two-
gabagoo pilled.
He's in over that.
2
You're
weeks
like,
on 2 weeks on Spike TV got fucking today at West feeling
Got him-
different.
Yeah.
Dude, he was showing out. Good for
I
him.
got
love
that Spike TV
dude.
money.
He was feeling crazy. I fucked with his heavy, man.
That's my guy.
So after that, we get the Team 3D funeral segment, which is the big segment for this show.
Yes.
So the Team 3D funeral is probably one of the more famous TNA segments of all time. They even
Yes.
redid it with the Aces and Eights later on.
And it's honestly, shockingly, the one they did with Aces and Eights was also good.
That was all. Yeah, it was also incredibly good. This was good here because the boys were just having a fucking piss with this.
The
It was
boys were
awesome.
being
Taking
boys,
liberties.
yeah.
Absolutely.
So
From the
it's-
production down to everything they did during it is
Jeff Jarrett was taking liberties throughout this entire fucking thing. So we're at the Dobbs funeral home. Yes. We have the relatives and friends list here. It shows all the people that signed in. We got Bobby Roode, Pat and Sylvan. We got Paul and Stephanie, Vince and Linda, Paul H. and Kevin Dunn.
Kevin Dunn.
That was great.
Father James Mitchell was doing the eulogy with the bits, just kind of standing over there to the left. They got everybody in there from Planet Jerry. They got AMW in there drinking some beers.
They're in the beers in the back drinking.
James Storm is very much drinking. Team Canada are eating and also sleeping.
Yeah, that ruled. Scott D'Amore is just eating food, just stuffing his face.
They all got hockey sticks.
Gail Kim's in there with Jeff Jarrett looking gooder than hell.
She is crying. Very sad moment, of course, not to be ogled over at a funeral, James.
Why, you know what I mean, and you know what I'm saying. They got pictures of Team 3D up on the casket, gigged.
Bloody as all hell.
That's so the remembrance photos, is the gigged pictures of them. So, of course, Father James Mitchell starts with the eulogy. James Storm decides to speak up. He goes, "Amen! Commend him!"
Amen, brother.
And Jeff Jarrett goes, "You need to have some damn respect. This is a funeral. Has he been drinking, Chris? Has he not been drinking?" He said, "I had not been drinking, but I got to piss, so hurry up."
During James Mitchell's speech, Team Canada, to show that they agree with everything he's saying, starts slamming their hockey sticks on the floor.
Dude, that was really good.
Team Canada was wild and out here. They brought the hockey sticks. Yeah, that was awesome. That's a really good moment. So AMW approaches the casket first with Team 3D's shirts. They put on the casket. Storm puts up a sign that says, "T-shirts now reduced. $12.99? No, $8.99. No, $7.99.
Hell yeah.
Always got to make a buck off the boys. Get the gimmick table no matter what. You know what it is.
Man, that's what it is.
Storm grabs a picture of Bubba gigged and he says, "He looks so peaceful."
James Storm was great in this.
He was incredibly good, and it's weird because like Harris was always the talking guy for this team, so it was cool that James Storm got some moments here.
Yeah.
James Storm goes, "If it wasn't for America's Most Wanted, Team 3D might still be with us right now."
Chris Harris, Gail Kim is also blowing bubbles at this point.
Yeah,
she just
she was so sad. So sad.
Very respectful. Chris Harris says, "Here lies what was once one of the greatest tag teams in wrestling. Someone, please get Abyss a tissue." And then they hand Abyss a tissue box, and he crushes it.
Dude, the way he crushed it was so cartoonish. I loved it.
That's Abyss's whole thing.
He's awesome. So fucking good. God damn.
Yeah, he was incredibly good. But they go, "Why should AMW join Jeff Jarrett?" And this is Chris Harris talking. First, the money. Second,
Jarrett says, yeah, for the money.
Yeah, for the money. Yeah.
Jarrett throughout this entire thing was just, at the end with Showtime, was probably the funniest thing I ever seen.
Yeah. The second time they say power, and then Jarrett goes, "Yeah, for the power.
The power. Then the last one, to show Team 3D that these changes come in here and take our spot.
Yeah.
So then James Storm goes, I hear dead people."
And Eric Young is like, "Oh, dead people." He says, I think this place is haunted."
Jeff Jarrett then goes, "James, you need to be serious. Their careers are already dead. They don't need another lawsuit." So then James Mitchell closes up the eulogy and he says, "We are scheduled to be back here for another burial after Bound for Glory." Jeff Jarrett goes, "Showtime, how many suits you got?" And then James Mitchell goes, "Yeah, it says here for a Mr. Nash, a Kevin Nash."
Oh.
And as they walk out of the funeral home, James Storm drops his trousers and pisses in the casket.
And Jarrett says, "Chris, get him." And Chris Harris turns around and has to shuffle him out of there. The Jarrett line about not needing another lawsuit is fucking hilarious. Can they not say Devon get the tables? Was that a WWE thing?
Probably.
Shit.
That's what I'm saying, because he leaned in and he said, Brother Ray was saying, he says Devon, and then that's when Jarrett said, "We don't need another lawsuit." So can they not say that?
Yeah, I doubt it. I feel like that was just a rib.
Fair enough.
I feel like they could have. Yeah,
there's probably something going on in the dirt sheets, like, oh, they can't say
maybe.
it, and then it was like a WWE TNA thing.
And as everyone's leaving, the sign has changed from "In Memory of Team 3D" to "Coming Soon, Kevin Nash." Ooh.
Yeah, well, too bad Kevin Nash doesn't even come soon.
No, he's actually not there at all. Huh?
Yeah. He's hurt. You're a punk, and you punked out.
Damn.
Yeah, the Jeff Jarrett taking liberties at the end where he said, "Showtime, how many suits you got?" And everybody in the whole scene corpsed all at once. It was a very good.
They just had a fucking great time with this.
So after the Team 3D funeral, we had Sabu versus Rhino.
You forgot. They go back to the commentary after that, and they're like, "This is the most disrespectful thing I've ever seen." And then you hear these piped-in crowd chants, "That was awesome!" "That was awesome!" As they're like, "This was the most disrespectful thing."
That's great.
So Sabu versus Rhino. When the lights go out in the impact zone, you already know what it is. Sabu.
Hell yeah, Sabu.
They even say that on commentary. When the lights go out, you know what that means.
Two of the 4 men will be in Monsters Ball at Bound for Glory. That's interesting.
Wow, I feel like they have this all the time, every year.
Every fucking year.
It's crazy. Rhino is in the best shape of his career here, probably. I don't know if he's on that chicken breast diet or not here, that Morphoplex diet, but he's looking fucking good.
Maybe a stack or two.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Sabu was going kind of crazy here in this match. I honestly, Sabu is like he's such a fucking wild card. You never know what this guy's going to do.
He's an anomaly.
And I'll be honest with you, he looked really tight here. Like, he looked good at everything he did here in this match.
He like dove on Rhino on the floor. They have a chair fight, and Rhino crushes Sabu's head with a chair. Rhino at one point goes for the Rhino driver. And Mike TNA yells, "There's no restrictions in TNA!"
There's no restrictions in TNA!
What does that even mean? Is that actually a thing?
You fucking know.
It's not even true.
You already know what it means.
Yeah,
Damn right.
That's what he would have responded with.
Sabu hits a Rana off the top onto the chairs.
Dude, how fucked was that?
That was fucking
It looked like he was going to fall out of the ring, and then he just came back in. It was awesome.
Yeah.
Good spot.
Abyss then makes a run in. Sabu's a chair at his head. And then a big gore by Rhino to get the win, which I was pretty hyped that they did Sabu and Rhino just on TV. I was like, wow, this is kind of fucking cool.
Yeah, that is.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Abyss jumps Rhino, and the crowd is, of course, doing the "Ooh, Abyss" chant, which didn't catch on as much as I remember, but
still over huge in 2005. Abyss was crazy at this point.
Yeah. Rhino goes to gore Abyss, gets a big boot. James Mitchell then gives Abyss a bag of tacks, and here comes Jeff Hardy in a hoodie. He was just there. He was coming to hang out. Jeff takes Abyss out of the ring. Rhino attacks Jeff. Then Sabu throws a chair right at Rhino's fucking face. All 4 of them stand off to prepare for the Monsters Ball match at Bound for Glory, and security breaks it up as they try to brawl. Really, I like this segment.
Was the Bound for Glory Monsters Ball where Jeff did that big jump?
I think so. Which, I mean, I guess you could say that about any fucking Jeff match, but I think you're right.
Really hard to iron that one down.
Are you talking about the one where he jumped off the stage, off the stage through the table? Yeah, I think so.
I feel like that was like a turning point for some reason. I don't know why.
Yeah, you're probably right. You're probably right.
Because I think that might have been a singles against Abyss, but maybe it could have been here too.
Oh, it might have been a Full Metal Mayhem match.
Something
Abyss
like that.
and Hardy.
All the fucking weird gimmicks.
Yeah, he definitely jumped off something in that Monsters Ball. I can guarantee that much.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sabu, like I said, looked great here. Next year he heads to WWE, gets buried because he doesn't want to cut a promo.
You can hear us talk about that on SGH Live number 8.
He could have done more. I mean, watching this, I was like, man, WWE really missed the boat with Sabu. There's a lot.
You can say that about everybody that they signed from TNA at this point.
True.
Yeah.
And in NXT right now.
Yeah. Except for Sam Gradwell with his beef promos. Look at that guy.
Who the hell is who?
Yeah,
what?
I don't know.
Who?
All right, cool.
Yeah, so anyways, like we said, Monsters Ball, Bound for Glory, it seems like that was like a yearly thing for them to do the Monsters Ball.
Which I didn't realize.
I didn't realize that either, but I guess it makes sense. It gave Abyss something to do every single year for whatever reason. For whatever reason, they didn't want to do much else with them.
They couldn't give him an angle or a title shot or anything. Just have Abyss go bump and tax for a little bit.
Bump and tax, lose, and then whoever wins usually gets a title shot next.
Planet Jared.
So then they announced Kevin Nash versus Jeff Jarrett with Tito Ortiz special referee. That's going to be a Bound for Glory, except for it's not.
No. That turns into the winner of the Monsters Ball match actually getting a title shot that night.
That happens every time with the Monsters Ball.
No, they do a battle royale after that.
Oh, that's right. Rhino works 3 times on that show.
They do the Monster Ball thing, then they do
and then they do a 10-man gauntlet. And Rhino beats Abyss at the end of it. So he beats Abyss in the fucking Monsters Ball, then he beats him in the gauntlet, and then he wins the title.
Yeesh. What a night for Rhino. I mean, that's a good, I mean, honestly, you usually don't mind working that much if you go fucking with the title.
Yeah, I mean, it was the right time for him because he was over as fuck.
Yeah, absolutely. And TNA, for whatever reason, really fucking love Tito Ortiz. I mean, really fucking
special ref Tito Ortiz. What was the one he ref before this one? Because this was the second time he did it, right?
Yeah, it was another Jarrett main event.
Okay.
Yeah.
Was it AJ?
I don't remember. I remember he punched Jarrett though.
He does. Nash has a great fucking line in this hype video. He says, "Ortiz, if you touch me, I'm gonna rip your arm off and shove it up your ass." And then it cuts to a shot of him, and it says, "If you touch me, you die."
Ortiz, you touch me, I'm gonna take your arm, I'm gonna rip it off and shove it up your ass. If you touch me, you die.
Kevin's promos and Tia were perfect because like he did not give a fuck.
He was deadpan.
I'm really excited for this match, and honestly, if you touch me, you die.
I love TNA, and I also wish they would pay me more.
And I'm hurt.
and I'm hurt. And please stop calling me.
So the main event of this show is the Iron Man Challenge. AJ Styles said, "Chris Daniels, if you think for a second that you can beat this 3-man gauntlet that I'm going to set up for you, you're out of your damn mind." And Chris Daniels said, "Okay, I'll do it. I'll try to beat these 3 guys."
I will easily do it, actually, yes.
So he's facing off against 3 guys in a 15-minute Iron Man gauntlet. So 15 minutes on the clock, 3 different opponents. He has to beat all 3 in 15 minutes. Yes. This is 6,000 IQ booking if I've ever seen in my life.
It's pretty good.
I was actually kind of blown away at how just simplistic and good this was.
I somehow didn't see I didn't see the end coming. I don't know how.
That's what I'm saying. Like how simple. Like it was.
I was like, oh, that actually makes a lot of sense.
Low key Galaxy brain play here. So
it's pretty good.
AJ Styles sets up this gauntlet. Chris Daniels comes out in the pinstripe duster with the choker, dude.
He is so cool here, man. I love this version of Daniels.
He looks incredible. Yeah, this is like I was telling you. We talked about it on SGH Live number 9. He came out with the full duster, but this time he's got like it's like a smaller duster that doesn't cover his entire body. It's more like a longer jacket. Dude, it's crazy looking.
It's weird. Like, I feel like Daniel's gimmick is like meant to have a group around him, and TNA never did that with him. Like, he had a group in like ROH, like, but I feel like him just having like a cult around him would have been like, they should have gave him the guys that they ended up giving Raven, like Kazarian and fucking Matt Bentley and Johnny Devine, I think was in that, or was that A1? One of them was in that.
A1.
Yeah, one of them was in that. But yeah, I feel like Daniels could have had a stable around him. I don't know. I feel like Daniels kind of got the short end of the stick of the AJ Joe Daniels trio.
Yeah, he always does.
Which is weird because he was like the glue that held that all together.
He was real good. Like,
yeah, absolutely.
I mean, if it was me, I would pick AJ and Joe probably over him as well. But they never even really tried to push him further.
Yeah. Well, I guess they didn't really pick Joe either. They strung his ass along too after for whatever reason. I don't know why.
Forever. He doesn't get the belt till like 08, right?
Yeah, lockdown. Oh wait,
Jesus,
it's weird. So, anyways, the first opponent for Chris Daniels is Shark Boy.
Yeah.
15 minutes on the clock. Shark Boy's 6,000 IQ plan. This whole match is he's I'm gonna run away. So he's got
I'm a shark and I'm a swim. Goodbye.
He's got 15 minutes on the clock. Shark Boy runs away as much as he can.
Shark Man.
But of course, Daniels catches him, and then he hits the Angel's Wings, and that's it.
So during this, they say there's 100 tickets left for Bound for Glory. Make sure you get your tickets at TNAWrestling.com.
Wow.
Left. There's 100 tickets left. So, and they play like a sound effect, but the graphic never comes up. So I wonder if they just like cut it for this.
They played it multiple times. Yeah.
Yeah, and then they say if you want to be a part of FanFest and Iron Man 2, make sure you get your tickets. And I was like, oh, I can't wait for Iron Man 2. What a good movie.
Robert Downey Jr.
But no, Iron Man 2, the match.
Ah, yes.
Or the movie.
What, Sean and Brett was it?
And Don West cannot wait for Iron Man 2 later.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so they got 100 tickets left. So either buy them online or wait outside Universal for a little bit, and you'll probably get them.
Wait to hear the megaphone. Please come to our show.
Please.
Come on, Daddy.
Anybody that doesn't want to go to the Blue Man Group, please come to our show.
It's so true.
If it's
raining, to a TNA show.
They're probably praying for rain days on shows like that, right?
Yeah, dude. Yes. Good God.
Please rain.
That was actually a thing. They would just stand out there with megaphones. Please come to the show. We have free TV wrestling.
Like, Sanjay Dutt and whoever the X Division champ is.
Jay Lethal was usually out there. Please, hello. Does anyone come here? I have this championship.
Yeah. Speaking of Sanjay Dutt, he was up next, Mr. Swag D.
Swag D.
So
he's fucking awesome.
Apparently, he was on a 2-week tour of India doing promotional work for TNA at this point. Whoa. And Mike Tenay says Sanjay's from what I've been told, he's the biggest rock star in India. I said, whoa, is that for true?
That's
crazy.
I'd believe it. I'd believe it.
The Backyard Wrestling video game really took him to the next level.
It probably did, to be honest.
Yeah, that's awesome. So he gets in the ring with Chris Daniels here. They take a commercial break around 11 minutes 30 seconds, and they come back to 7 minutes 30 seconds left on the clock. Sanjay is sprinklered out of his mind.
Dude, I love the sprinkler.
The sprinkler is tremendous. He also hit a really nice Asai moonsault in this match as well.
He does a rope walk sprinkler, which is incredible.
Can you describe the sprinkler for those at home that might not know what the sprinkler is?
Okay, so you take your left hand, you point it out straight. You take your right hand, you make a Dorito, and then you
kind of flex your together.
Then you push them together. Yeah,
you become a sprinkler. That's all you gotta say.
There was a video on like LimeWire or something back in the day of him in the sprinkler and a bunch of other crazy stuff. I remember.
Don West on commentary says you will regret every second if you miss Bound for Glory.
You've got to be there. You will regret every second if you miss one of the greatest pay-per-views in the history of wrestling.
Your whole life is a lie, and you might as well die if you don't watch Bound for Glory.
You will regret every fucking minute on this earth.
They also say that next week is the debut of Samoa Joe.
On Spike TV.
The Spike TV debut of Samoa Joe.
Okay, that makes
As
a lot
I
more
mentioned
sense. I was
on
really
October
confused.
October 1st is when they went to Spike TV. So
it's like when you get called out from NXT to the main roster, just erase all that bullshit before. This is your debut right now.
Too in NXT.
So Sanjay goes for a Phoenix Splash here in this match, but Daniels gets out of the way, and then I was like, damn, they're really heating up around here, and then that was pretty much it.
Angels Wings, baby.
Yeah, Daniels hits the NZ and then the Angels Wings and pins Sanjay. But Sanjay took him to 3 minutes remaining, so he got a lot of minutes out of him. Then Daniels grabs the mic. He says, yeah, AJ, you need to bring out the next victim right now. And then AJ's every day of my life.
AJ Styles, because every time somebody came out, he would also accompany them just to the top of the stage. So I was like, okay, and maybe that's what threw me off and made me think it was going to be AJ too, because he kept coming out with the people, and then AJ comes out in the cutoff shirt and the jeans, and he comes down, and I was like, that's.
His little jeans, his little necklace. What the fuck?
That's brilliant, man.
Dude, the little necklace has a PlayStation D-pad on it.
Is he have it here too?
I'm pretty sure it was the same necklace.
My.
A year later, he still has it.
We were watching Bound for Glory 2006. I always just assumed it was like a shark necklace or like.
I thought it was like a shell, like a
shell.
At one point, he had like his wedding ring on it.
Yeah, I was thinking it was something like that, but he's like, hell no, I like the game.
I could imagine him taking his wedding ring off and replacing it with a D-pad.
Yeah,
he was a big Pokemon guy. You remember the Pokemon Platinum promo? I like to thank Pokemon Platinum.
Yeah.
I just want to thank a couple people. Ivan Drago from Rocky 4. He was a real inspiration. I just want to thank him. Pokemon Diamond is freaking awesome.
That was like Prince AJ, right?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, he came out with a little crown.
Daniels threw a chair right at AJ's head. It was fucking great.
Dude, that was a perfect way to start that. I was very happy with this.
AJ went for the forearm and then died, and Daniels bails, and pretty much the match was over at that point.
Yeah, he tried to hit the Angels Wings, but it just ain't happening. They start slugging out, Frying Takayama.
Oh shit! And then so we run out of time. Daniels was not able to complete the Iron Man challenge. AJ gets on the mic and he says, I got you for 30 minutes at Bound for Glory. And Daniel says 30 minutes. And AJ says 30 seconds.
I'll see you in the ring.
I was thinking the same thing. I'll saw your body parts off with the chainsaw.
Starts pressing the D-pad stuff on his necklace. So.
Oh no,
dude! So
yeah, but this is good. He's like, I'll beat your ass now, but I'll wait for the pay-per-view to get paid.
How well was this booked?
That was great.
So Daniels gets to run through some dudes. Sanjay comes out of this looking good because he took the #1 contender to almost to the end.
Hell yeah!
And then Daniels fucking ends up getting out of the ring, and AJ goes, I got your ass for 30 minutes at the pay-per-view. It's like, oh my god, it's awesome.
The only thing
I thought build the stipulation. It was great.
Yeah, I thought there could have been a stip on this if he wouldn't have because what does the time matter if he doesn't win or if he does win?
Matters to him because he's always in a feud with AJ over who's better.
He's a braggadocious.
Okay, so it's just bragging rights or whatever.
I
was thinking it'd be like something on the line if you don't win or whatever, but it doesn't matter.
He just wanted to show AJ that he could beat anyone in any amount of time, let alone
it. Okay, that makes sense.
He said, I'll beat these guys in half the time that I can beat you.
See, the work was always that Daniels was always trying to be better than AJ.
Yeah.
But then the work turned into a shoot, and TNA said, "Well, we will never book you like that."
They worked yourself into a shoot. Yeah.
Never be as good as AJ.
Yeah.
Oh damn.
Yeah. You know, art and life and all that good stuff.
This is a fun show, man. These old TNA shows are so easy to watch. Like
the 60-minute adrenaline rush.
It's great, and it really is. It never slows down. Like it's always you won't see like a dude holding hold for 4 minutes. Like
even that opening Monty Brown match was like fucking fast paced and a bunch of crazy stuff.
I love shit
and
like
the best, like the pounce and the alpha bomb, and it was over, and he got the guy over, and then it leads to the next match they're gonna have with Hoyt and Brown.
I mean,
back in the day,
Shawn Michaels on the show.
Well, back in the day, they were working towards pay-per-views. I don't feel like they really do that too much nowadays.
No.
Yeah, it feels like they're working towards TV.
Honestly, yeah, which is strange to think about, but yeah.
Well, I guess with WWE, that's like they are working towards TV, but it's just a different era. Boom, boom.
Boom, boom. There you go.
Good show. Good show.
TNA 2005.